Okay. We are going to talk to you about the issue of the Bozabalian urban interface on two aspects. First, the referendum on the fire of Marseille from last summer, and the second aspect is the protective equipment at the Bozabalian urban interface. As a preamble, I would like to present you our regulation. So CEREN is a discussion and the text center of the entente. Entente is an interdepartmental public entity which caters the civil protection organization of 15 departments of the south of France. The role of the entente is information, research, and fine-item training for various specialties such as forest fire, flood, search and rescue, hazardous environment. So our mission are to take an experiment, to apply research to forest fire, to research fire causes. Also, we have accepted the European project. Here we have a summary of the presentation. So after the description of the context of the fire, we will describe the fire spread, then the lesson learned. And also we finish this part by the observation and recommendation. In the second phase, we will focus on the firefighting specific equipment at UI. Especially we talk about security and also to implement a new innovative experimental approach and also talk about result and recommendation. The geographical situation of the big fire of last summer in south of France. So how you can see, it was in the south of France, close to Marseille, in the department of Bozabalian. The fire started at 20 kilometers north of Marseille, and you could see the smoke until Marseille. This fire was located on a critical interface, a lot of issues, highway, airport, train station, large shopping area, the biggest in Europe, high voltage line, and more than 1 million people urban area. On that day, the weather context was very severe drought. A rainfall deficit since April. You can see here, starting in April, the rainfall was very below the mean, and it was the same for all summer until October. The vegetation was well below the usual water content, especially that day. Excuse me. You can see here that during the year, the water content was below 50 millimeters, and on that day it was below 50 millimeters, which is really high. Actually, we have the highest rainfall deficit recorded during the summer since 1959. The weather at the point of the fire start was as follows. We had a mistral wind. It's a northwest wind with a wind gust above 80 km by hour. The temperature was 26 degrees Celsius and the hygrometry was 25%. The fire started at 3 p.m. We know that the fire started by a human, by a person who would throw a cigarette butt on a heap of branches in a house under construction. Here you have the start of the fire with the forest just above. The operational context on that day. Many important fires in the area. At least we have 3 large fires that started in 3 hours. The first was at noon in first summer. The second was in the closed department. And the third one was the one in Holland. And we have an issue, more issue like what we have 4 Canadians are unavailable because of landing gears maintenance. The operational means for this fire was 3 Canadians, 1 dash, 2 trackers, and 1 helicopter. And we have 1,800 firefighters, and also backup from external department. But the fire has a phenomenal speed. So here you have a map with a description of the spread of the fire. So the fire started at 2 p.m. in Rhône. The speed of the fire since the beginning was 5 kilometers by hour, which is really, really high. At 5 p.m., the fire has crossed 7 kilometers. At 7 p.m., we have to evacuate the Pascale, which is another city. At 7:30 p.m., the fire runs along the highway. Yeah. At 8 p.m., the airport was disrupted and the highways were closed. 3 highways were closed. 2 static fires. But here, they were performed at 8 p.m. to protect the shopping area of Pascale, which is here, and also to stop the access to the staff, which is a neighborhood north of Marseille. Here. So these 2 fires allowed to stop the fire at that place. At 9:30 p.m., we had a fire spotting of fire ground of 1 kilometer here. At 10 p.m., the fire was out of control. And it was the time where the plane had to go back to the airport. They couldn't fly anymore. So at 11 p.m., it was a catastrophic situation, unmanageable. Hopefully, at 7 a.m. in the morning, return of the water bombers. And at noon, the fire was under control. But we were police for 3 days, and after 1 week of control and to check if everything was didn't start again. So, as the assessment of the surface, we had a total of 2,500 hectares that burned in 5 different cities: Rognac, Aix-en-Provence, Cabriès, Les Pagnes-Rabault, and Vitrolles. So the fire started in Rognac, but burned only 150 hectares. But it burned not in Vitrolles and Pagnes-Rabault, and we had a lot of people that need to evacuate it. Here you have a view of the fire on satellite. So, material impact of the fire. The National Forest Service, when we worked with them on that study, they defined 5 levels of impact on houses. The 3 levels are for external damage in the houses, and the 2 4 and 5 levels are for damages to the house. And you can see on the map the damages on the Pagnes-Rabault city. You can see that many houses are completely destroyed, or at least partially destroyed. We had 115 houses that were damaged at level 2 and 3, and 39 were damaged at level 4 and 5. All those houses were on the main axis of the fire. We have only 1 building one outside of the perimeter, that was 125 meters, that was damaged, probably because of flammable materials that were entering through openings. The financial impact, we have damaged actual infrastructure, professional high school, private companies, for a total cost of 37 million euros. Here you can see the school that was destroyed. This is during the fire, before the fire. Also, we had cars with a private company. Human impact. This fire, never known in this area, will stay a long time in the memory of the people. We had a fire in the city. No death, we were really lucky. So you have here a lot of human impact detailed here. We have a lot of people evacuated, intoxication, psychological impact. From 6,000 to 800 people were impacted. And many people have to be rehoused. But we learned a lot from that fire. So we observed that in the area of the fire, that the following factor reduces the damages from the fire. So how Mr. Cavallo said this morning, the current regulation, 15 meters around the houses, was a good point. Also, no vegetation or direct contact with building are something that meant that the houses were not damaged. Also, the access path, larger than 3.5 meters, so to allow the access to firefighters. Something that maybe you don't know when you build your house, but if the access is too small, the truck cannot go to save your house. So the access path should be larger than 3.5 meters. Also, the presence of firefighters and also to residents allows the preservation of 5,000 houses. Also, the presence of enclosure walls with a physical obstacle of 60 centimeters was a good point also to preserve the house. The absence of flammable material around the constructed element. Also, the construction resistance with the wood or aluminum shutters, double glazing, and so on. Doors and other openings should be closed. Also, if possible, maintain garden watering. We talked about it this morning. Those are the positive points to protect your house. On the other side, we have the negative factors. If there are no firefighter or resident, if there is not compliance with cleaning, which is very often the case. But if you have any questions,
well, I have some questions.
Okay.
Siento este inconveniente, cosas del directo. Rarísimo, porque no había tocado nada. Voy a hablar en inglés, ¿vale? Hablo en inglés. I have a couple of questions for you. One is that you said that the starting point was a cigarette tub from a worker throwing the tub.
Yes.
Okay? So to me it's surprising that there were people there and they do not take any action to put out the fire.
We tried. The guy was alone and he tried to stop the fire, but the conditions were so...
Because of the wind, it was blowing.
Yes, because actually, he was forbidden to work on that day. So he shouldn't have been there. It was really a big fault.
Okay. Tenía ya el spring back, así que volvemos otra vez.
I'm sorry because it changed the slide and this, so you cannot see everything. I'm sorry. So I said the second negative factor is the non-compliance with cooling regulation and the not-free-form spacing, which is a very important point. Also, access path lower than 3 meters, which was the case of 80% of the damaged houses. Also, poor maintenance of gardens, roof, vegetation debris, pine needles, vegetation in direct contact with the houses. Also, if we have closed material storage, wood, plastic, water system, plastic furniture, plastic gutters, fabrics, and so on. So, this morning, Mr. Cabral will talk about that too. Next. Also, if we have open shutters and doors, single glazing, roof floor, all those cases we have damage to the houses. Also, the edges, cypress, terracotta, wood are flammable and can spread the fire. But you can see on the picture here, this is the edge. And here you can see that the fire comes here, just with the edge. To reach that point, just following the edge. Also, temporary housing or reconversion of agricultural building into housing are a very bad factor. The kind of house they are really easy. Also, if the vehicles were parked nearby, you can see in that picture, this can have an impact on the house. So now I will talk about French regulation. In France, there is a very strong regulation about clearing for houses in forest area. The clearing should be 50 meters around the house and 10 meters each side of the walls. And authorities can even increase the value to 100 meters to 200 meters around the house. This should be done, it's mandatory. If your house is not in the middle of your field, the current should occur also in your neighbor land. It has to be done 50 meters around the house. This is a French legal mandatory ground clearance area, and this should be done even if the area, the field close is not yours. In France, we have a forest fire prevention plan named P04. This is designed for a city located in forest areas. This is three different zones. You can see on the map the city of Arvieu, which is here all the red part is forest, and you have different areas depending on the risk of the fire risk. In red zone, all construction are forbidden. In violet, blue and violet area, you have an important risk, and those the construction are limited. Also, if you go in the white area, you can construct anything you want. Each zone has a degree of fire risk, and to each one corresponds one regulation for construction. So here, this should be done for every city in forest area. It is not the case for every city until now. This is a work going on. We have a specific case for gas container in forest area. What we have observed that the heat of the tank from the forest fire increase the temperature. We consider that the fire passed by the container for 10 to 15 minutes. During that time, we have increase of the temperature, also increase of the pressure. This implies that the static valve generates a gas cloud or a flare, which is the flare is a real concern for the rescuer. So it needs to be quickly spotted, because it can also it's a danger, and it can also spread the fire to the house or to the vegetation nearby. So at the interface, container must be buried. If it's not possible, which is often the case in forest area, we have another regulation. In fact, we have never observed a blade. A blade is a boiling liquid vapor explosion. We never observed that in forest fire. The risk is only if the burning material is close to the container. In that case, you can have a blade, which is never occur in France. If the fire is at 50 meters with a clearing space, the flow estimated is 22 kilometers by meter square. So you don't have no blade risk. You don't have a blade risk because of the security valve. If the fire is closed because of material that is close to the container, in that case you can have a blade. The empty container also is a high risk of explosion. So the legislation for gas container is as follows. It specifies the distance between the valve and the houses depending on the container capacity. So you have the minimum distance that to be respected depends on the container capacity and on the considered opening. But if a wall is built between the house and the container, the distance are reduced, and you can see on the table. So from that fire, we found this. We learned from lessons. So the first recommendation is the clearing around the houses, which is already mandatory. So we do in France campaign of information that are followed by the visit from people from ONF. We obtain results. But because it is very expensive to do clearing, people don't do it, and mostly they don't maintain the clearing. So we need people from ONF that they visit 2 times. The first time they do an inspection, and the second time they go for a question, and we obtain results. But the clearing is not it's absolutely necessary, but it's not always sufficient, as other factors are implied. First, we need to increase the defendability of the house. So, by reducing the vulnerability, wood shutter, double glazing. Also, it's better to use less vulnerable edges. Either you can use the small walls, use different plants. For example, remove cypress and terracotta, which have a very high calorific value. Also, check the style, remove vegetation against the houses. Also, it's important to increase the weight of access paths to at least 3.5 meters. Also, it's recommended to have a thermal water pump for the pool, so you can defend your house and you can water your garden. Because of the cost of the cleaning, it's not always done by owner. So how to increase the cleaning coverage? We cannot reduce taxes because it's mandatory. So you cannot give a help for something that is mandatory. You can, for example, create logistic support that can help. For example, collective service, evacuate green waste, and so on. There is surely a need for political will to solve that issue. Map risk can also be used to help decision support systems, and we use them to create the brief. We also need to improve the behavior. You must stay home. unless otherwise requested by authorities. It's better to turn them off and to immerse gas bottle in pools. Also, our panic, parked cars with their windows shut against the opposite side to the wind direction. Also, shelter garden furniture and other flammable equipment. After the fire, which usually lasts for 10 to 15 minutes, it's better to inspect and to water the garden. To help in that, RENEF, which is the National Forest Service, and the Entente, its brochure to inform art owners. So we have one here, if you want to see it later, you are welcome to do it. So we have one brochure from the Entente here, and one brochure from the RENEF. So they explain how to protect your house, and what to do in case of forest fire. Now we talk about the second subject of the presentation, the firefighter safety at violent urban interface. What we observe at the interface. First, it's a complex situation. Also, we have diverse and combined risk. And the needs are to improve operational practice and also to adapt personal protective equipment. We are going to focus on that last point. After a large study on previous firefighter accidents, we observed that the main burns are located on lower limbs and power arm, and that there is a need to reduce the risk of burn during the forest fire. In consequence, we developed an innovative experimental approach, testing the whole equipment and find the best compromise between thermal protection and the physical tolerance. Two kinds of trials were conducted in parallel. Those two kinds of experiments will conduct to establish a thermal acceptability threshold and a physical acceptability threshold. The first series was conducted by us in a CEREN on a dummy. And we found a thermal acceptability threshold. The second series of tests were conducted by the Departmental Forestry Service of Bozabalian, and they do it on volunteers. They found a physical acceptability threshold. If you combine those two thresholds, you find a compromise between the protection and the comfort, number of clothes design, and the area of the choice of the material for the equipment. The thermal protocol was as follows. First, we recreate a wider panel close to real forest fire conditions, and we expose the dummy. We couldn't find volunteers for that. I don't know why. Equipped with an outfit of thermal sensor. We use a fuel of 35 kilograms of dry branches, and pine needles, and we could create an homogeneous wider panel with a heat flux above 20 kilowatt by meter square. The exposure was 30 seconds. We use as a sensor 4 flux meters, 20 thermocouples in 11 areas of the body: knee, thighs, lower abdomen, forearm, arm, chest, shoulder, neck, and face. The result was combined in 4 parameters. We defined the pain threshold with a delay to reach a temperature of 55 degrees Celsius in 1 point. Also the delay before the burn, and the burn was set at 65 degrees Celsius, and also the burn direction within the time where the temperature was above 65 degrees Celsius. Also, we defined the maximum temperature at one point under the cloth. So we had a multi-criteria rating and scoring. So here we have the result for the reference protective equipment, which is a 3/1 equipment, which means 3 layers for the upper body and 1 layer on the legs. It's the equipment that we have until now in France for the firefighting. And we could find on those tests that the two most important locations for burns were the forearms and the thigh, as we have seen on Wave Forest Fire. So after the test of this reference equipment, we tested other types of assembly, which are 2/1 and 2/2. And here are the conclusions. We tested 15 different assemblies. So what we found is that with 3 cloths of the upper body, we have a good protection. Some them on the forearm, and it's also, what we also observe that it's difficult to tolerate because it's too warm. In forest fire, usually it's during the summer, and if you have 3 clothes on you, you get really hot. Also with 2 clothes, what we can really observe, that the textile jacket give a good thermal protection. Also, be careful of the short design to avoid the burn of the lower abdomen. This means that the jacket should be long, at least until mid-thigh. Also, the use of the chemical polo shirt gave a good thermal protection, even with short sleeves. On the lower body, leg protection, with 1 trouser. 1 layer trouser gave a very insufficient protection. 2 layers trouser gave rapid burns and internal overheating. The thick technical trouser will have less rapid burn, but also internal overheating. With 2 trousers, one over another. For example, with the Nomex overpass, it was very thermally efficient and we suppress the burn. And with another pump, which is N1, we call N1, with burn durability. Also with other equipment, for example, we had a problem with the high visibility material, which were in plastic over the jacket, but very dangerous because it smelt with the heat, but this was very dangerous. Also the overall, we tested overall, they were prescribed because the heat came across inside the clothes and caused intense burns. We also tested the survival aluminum function. We gave a good thermal performance, but the problem is the size, the fragility, and also it requires training to be put on in emergency situations. Also when you wear gloves, it's not easy to put on. If you want more information on that result, you can consult the deliverable 5.2 from Europe. In conclusion on that part, we can say that the performed thermal and physical tests are representative of the risk and counterarm that we find in forest fire. The best compromise is the 2/2 from assembly that lightens the equipment and protects the legs. There are different choices possible. We didn't work on the face. We just have observed that there is a real need to improve the protection in that place. Also, we found that the overall performance of the equipment is very important, the cost, also the localization of the accessory fixing and also the external pockets, the amplitude of the cloth, because the air layers present a good protection. Also, there is a need for training to use the equipment correctly. At the end of this study, the French government created a civil security purchasing guide that helped to the department to buy the correct equipment for forest fire fighting. I would like to inform you that we are organizing in Valhalla in April 2015 an international conference called State of the Art in Research and Development for Wildfire Prevention and Suppression. The team are four: fire behavior modeling, VOC and flash-over phenomena, and also chemical additive. You are welcome to attend to that conference, and if you want more information, please consult the site. Thank you for your attention, and we are waiting for your questions.